Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you're here with us live on Zoom, welcome, welcome. If you're watching later on the recording on YouTube, welcome, welcome. Please do subscribe so you can take advantage of all the current shows, all the previous shows, all the shows coming up. It is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring to you these amazing speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their processes, their activations, their readings, etc., so that we can all thrive, so that we can all awaken to happiness now. And today, my dear friend Stacey McDaniel is back with us, and we are going to be talking about self-love as a foundation for ascension. And so some of what we're going to talk about is how self-love is a foundation for our ascension journey, how changing the way that you talk to yourself and perceive yourself changes everything, how feeling safe is a big part of the ascension process. Safety anchors expansion. We will be doing a guided healing and activation to anchor in and connect more deeply with the frequency of love. And Stacey will also be doing some mini card readings slash activations with her new deck. So I'm excited about that. And for those of you who may not know Stacey, she's been with us many, many times. She is a light worker, channel, and ascension guide who helps others awaken to their true light and purpose. As a former doctor of acupuncture and herbal medicine, Stacey now works primarily with high frequency energy healing and activation, as well as light language to bring forth higher states of love and expanded consciousness. She brings both deep wisdom and radiant joy in her work. In addition to seeing clients, Stacey teaches classes on channeling, spirit guides, Rohani healing, and angel healing. She also holds classes and courses on topics related to the ascension journey. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Stacey back to the show. Stacey, welcome.
Hi, Shefali. Thank you for having me back. I'm excited for our topic today, self-love as a foundation for ascension. It is something that my guides have impressed on me over and over and over again as I started bringing out more courses than what I've normally been teaching, the channeling, the Rohani, the angel healing. I wanted to spread out into more ascension topics, and my guide said, self-love needs to be first. And I was like, really? Before abundance? And they said, self-love needs to be first. Before working with the divine feminine and the divine masculine? And they said, self-love needs to be first. It is foundational.
I love that. And you know, the thing with self-love is it is a term that's bandied around very much in the industry, but it's not as easy as it would seem. So when you are, from my own personal experience, what I can tell you is that when you're working on self-love, when you're focusing on self-love, what happens is all of your judgments about yourself come up, right? They all come up to be looked at and loved and accepted, right? So the self-love piece is not just go get a massage or something like that. It's really looking deep within yourself and loving every aspect of who you are, right? And that's where I find sometimes the hurdles come up. Is like, then we're like, oh, I'm trying to love myself, but how can I when I have all this ickiness, right, within me, kind of thing. And that's where compassion, I think, also comes in. So self-love, I think, is definitely the foundational piece for ascension, but I think you need the compassion to help you get to really feel and be in the fullness of that self-love. What do you think?
Absolutely. And self-love is an energy. Compassion is an energy that is strongly tied into self-love. And having compassion for ourselves also helps with compassion for others, which is a huge part of the ascension journey, which is a huge part of unity consciousness. And the thing with self-love, it's way more than just massages. I love that you said that. That's funny. It is looking deep at the way we talk to ourselves, the way we perceive ourselves. And oftentimes this is all subconscious, things that we may not even be aware of until we take a moment to dig a little deeper. And my favorite part about it is it's all just energy. So even if you perceive yourself one way, it's not only about, yes, loving myself in all my fullness, it's also knowing that that perception, if it's an unwanted emotion, if it's unwanted energy, patterns, habits, can all be shifted. And so literally you are living at a different vibration, living at a different frequency. And then that changes the world around you as we are, as the outer world is a mirror of our inner world. When our inner world is loving, supportive, compassionate, kind, playful, that's what's going to be mirrored in the outer world. So it literally changes everything, and your outer world will change when you do the inner work, or when you shift the inner energy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like you have to. It's essential to go within, and it's essential to work with yourself, all aspects of yourself, inside, the healing, the acceptance, the compassion, letting go of all the judgments, etc. Sometimes I catch myself. It's like I realize I'm projecting, and then when I'm aware of it, then I can come back to myself and it's like, okay, let me love that part of myself. Let me see what the message here is. What is this emotion trying to tell me and show me? Because everything that is there is trying to show you something about yourself, is to bring you back to yourself, back within instead of out. We tend to go outwards a lot, or the mainstream people mostly go outwards for everything, but sometimes we get trapped, and we're looking and looking and looking. If we can just take a deep breath and focus on our heart space and our breath and go within, we will get that wisdom, that awareness, that answer to begin to shift things for ourselves, see ourselves in a different light, right?
Yes, yes. And the more that we also embody that love, the more we can attract what we want to create, the more that it shows up in the outer. And so it's so multi-layered. And when you really do this work, what you find shifting is how you perceive yourself, yes, and how you perceive the world, how you perceive others, how you talk to yourself. I went through this journey myself. We're going to go more into it, but I went through this journey myself. And what I found was literally the way I talked to myself changed. Instead of being hard on myself, instead of being more stern, what came out was, oh, good job, Stacey, or like things like that. And it wasn't even, I wasn't even trying. It was just when you shift the energy, that's the way it automatically shows up without even trying. It's like the energy is just shifted, the old is gone, and there's a new paradigm, I guess you could say. I don't really use that word. A new template in place that just changes everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's about being gentle with yourself, right? So I remember one of my teachers back 30, 40, how old am I don't know. But anyways, 35 years ago, that was something he always says: gentle, gentle, just be gentle with yourself. Because I also tended to be very harsh with myself. I had high expectations. I expected to do everything perfectly the first time, get it all right. Just, I was very, very hard. And so that message always came back to me every time I was being too hard. Be gentle, gentle, gentle. And remembering that we're all on a journey, right? This is a journey that our soul has undertaken to allow us to see ourselves and to expand our consciousness through the experiences that we're having. So again, everything that we are experiencing is there to show us and bring us back to ourselves, to teach us about ourselves, to teach us and show us what beliefs we are carrying that may not be serving us anymore. right? And can we reframe those beliefs and change those beliefs, perceptions, limitations into something more empowering that can assist us on our ascension journey?
Yes, I wrote down a couple of things that you were mentioning, because the gentleness piece is a huge part of it. I mean, this is not only about self-love, this is moving into the love frequency itself. There's a gentleness to that energy, which is a really beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful place to exist from. It's a beautiful place to move forward from. So instead of things so-called happening to us and being and pushing and forcing, we move more with that energy of gentleness, the energy of reflection. What is the blessing here? Sometimes we're being rerouted for our own good. And so moving forward with that gentle energy, existing with that gentle energy, there's so much more peace there. It's easier to go with the flow. It's easier to co-create with the universe. And so I love that you mentioned the gentleness, and you also brought up limiting beliefs, which is limiting beliefs is something I talk about all the time, because whether we're talking about self-love, whether we're talking about abundance, whether we're talking about unwanted emotions, a lot of that gets rooted in limiting beliefs, again, which often are subconscious. We don't even realize we have them until we just take a moment of reflection, or I love guided meditation healings and activations for that, because it's like the limiting beliefs just pop up, and it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize I was holding that. And so as you clear that out of your energy field, what's left is more light, more space, more love, positivity, optimism. And again, the outer world reflects our inner world. So that's what gets reflected back to us.
Absolutely. And, I think, part of our journey, that sometimes can feel difficult for a lot of people, is not feeling safe, especially, I'm going to say, because, like we have this written down about feeling safe, but it's also about not feeling safe and at the same time feeling alone on the ascension journey. Right. And that can sometimes be a big stumbling block for folks to keep going, or to know if they're going in the right path, the right direction, the right way. I think they question a lot instead of going into the trust piece, right?
Yeah. And that is a beautiful journey in and of itself. I mean, you mentioned all of those things: feeling safe, trust, and feeling alone. And all of that really goes back to our connection. How connected do we feel? And that, again, that's just energy. That is something that we can strengthen more and more and more, because in fact, I just had a session with somebody. I can't remember the details of it, but I feel like it was recently, and it was like the connection was here, and then you just move it closer, and then you're connected all the way, and then that shifts the energy around you. A lot of times, feeling alone, there's literally an emptiness in the energy field, which we can change, we can shift. We can clear what needs to be cleared there, and anchor in the energy of feeling safe, trust, feeling supported by our guides, by God or source, the divine, whatever word you would like to use. And that will literally shift your energy field, and then how you feel. And so you show up differently in the world. I know I keep saying that, but it is so true.
And I think it's also a like a gradual practice. It's not just a one shot and it's done. It's like making that your whatever your spiritual practice is, being consistent with it on a daily basis. And for me, that means connecting to the divine within you, right? And the more you can connect to the divine within you, the more you can feel that the essence of the divine and be with that essence of the divine, that energy, the more that can strengthen and expand. and and as you continue, it's kind of like that starts to hold you instead of you holding that space holds you. Does that make sense?
I love that. You said it beautifully. And it is a journey, as with so much of this journey of transformation and of becoming. You can have shifts like that as well. It's a journey to continually anchor it in even more. And I say this all the time to clients, students, my community, just as clearing happens in layers, right? Anchoring in those positive energies, those positive emotions, those positive templates, those positive states of being happens in layers. And so it's having patience with it as well, understanding that it does happen in layers, and knowing that it's a process and it's a journey. And sometimes the journey isn't always upwards, right? Sometimes there's bumps, there's rerouting, there's obstacles, but the more, that's why I love this work so much and why I'm so committed to it. And I know if you're here, either live or on the replay, you are as well, because we know it's similar to going to the gym. You don't just go once and all of a sudden you have like all the muscles, right? It's a continual attention. It's a continual loving process. I like to think of it as a loving process. I also like to think of it as a fun process, because I never know what's going to happen or what's going to show up. Like working with my guides, they bring through such wisdom, things I never thought of. And then, like I mentioned, they'll show me things, energies I didn't even realize I was holding. And those aha moments sometimes are so eye-opening and so awakening, really. And it can feel really good to have an aha moment of a deeper understanding of maybe why we've held an emotion or responded in a certain way. When we put those puzzle pieces together, it's it brings so much clarity.
Yeah, I think it brings clarity, but it also brings a lot of peace, right? And connection. So especially when you're going through a tumultuous time on your journey, and we all do, it's not smooth sailing. Like Stacey was saying, it's not just an upward ascension, really. It goes up and down in circles. I mean, what I'm seeing is like a big ball of wool that's been all, it's not perfect. It's just all twined up, right? I don't know what the word is, but where was I going with this? Oh my goodness. Who knows where I was going? I was going somewhere, but in the end, what the for me, the practice, the daily spiritual practice, the daily sitting with yourself is key and essential to knowing who you are, seeing what is coming up. Because a lot of times when we're just out and about doing our daily stuff, we're not even conscious of what we're thinking. We're not even conscious of the thoughts that are coming up, right? Or the feelings or emotions. But when you are able to sit still for a few minutes, even 5 minutes, all that stuff comes up for you to be released and to looked at, really. And basically it is showing you what is in your field, right? So like last night, for example, I was meditating, and yeah, so my thoughts were like going a mile a minute, would not calm down. And so finally, after a little while, it's like, okay, nothing is happening. I'm too, because I had some news yesterday, so like my mind was definitely in that space. So I still did my daily practice of sitting with myself, but realizing that, okay, the mind is not going to quiet down. So I was like, okay, let it be, and it'll pass. But part of this is showing you where you're, could be worried, where you're stressed out, what your emotions are, what beliefs are coming into play right now, because that's when you can see them. We don't always see them when we're running around living our lives, right? We see them when we're quiet. So I think for all of us who are on this path, on this, ascension journey, it's essential to sit still, be quiet, and perceive what is coming up. And at that same time, asking to receive more light, more healing, more guidance, divine protection, whatever it happens to be. It's in that stillness and those quiet moments that when you ask for that, that you will receive. It's not going to be when you're running around like crazy and, at that time you're not even focused, right? So anyway, all that to say, spend a little bit of time with yourself. That is also self-love.
Absolutely. And I want to point out something because you made an important point. Sometimes when we do it, it's like we get the results right away. And then there are those days and where it feels like, I often make the analogy, it feels like we're treading water. We're not making the progress, I'm putting that in quotes, right? The progress that we want to make, but the work is still happening behind the scenes. The change, the shift is still happening behind the scenes. And oftentimes, I'm a huge fan of astrology, and oftentimes I can kind of relate it to astrology. There's like these big astrological things that are happening. And it's like once the stars align, once things shift, we almost get catapulted forward if we're doing our inner, I don't want to call it work, but our inner light work, basically.
I'm gonna just say really quickly about that, because you just made a really valid point, and something that I don't think I've ever heard said in this way either. But when you are consistently doing your inner work, sitting, meditating, whatever it happens to be, and things don't feel like they're working, I feel like that all the work that you have done is held in this your sacred container, and then when the stars align, then it all falls into place. So the work that you're doing when it doesn't even feel like anything's happening, it still is important, and it's being held for you until that time when the stars align, and then it falls into place. Does that make I really feel that is true. Is what my guides are saying, that is exactly what happens.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I find that it pops up a lot in eclipse portals, which tend to be times of tension for people. There's like really strong energies moving and shifting. And so what I have found is oftentimes it's like almost so if you're doing your own inner light work, whatever that is for you, meditation, energy work, yoga, breath work, whatever it is, there is almost this like overnight catapulting forward when we hop out of that eclipse portal, which we are still technically in one right now. We just had the second eclipse, but then we finally come out of the eclipse portal on the next moon. So we just had, was it the solar eclipse? So on the next full moon, I think it's the next moon coming up. All of a sudden I'm blanking. Yeah, it's the next full moon, which is in like a week and a half. So if you want to test this out for yourself, see how you feel like right after that. And a lot of times there's this like slingshotting forward and it's also this huge aha, this huge, like, I don't want to say sigh of relief, but almost this huge clarity, this huge boost. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. I mean, for those of you who know that I'm Hindu, but I'm not like a practicing Hindu or anything. But right now we're going through 9 nights of the goddess, right? So it's and then after that comes a really important monumental day. And then October 20th is Diwali, which is the Festival of Lights, which means, you know, good takes over evil kind of thing, right? I mean, that actually happens soon, and then he comes home. Anyway, it's a powerful time. So if you are doing any spiritual practices right now, it will give fruit. If not right now because of the eclipse season and the stars are aligned, but by October 20th, for sure. So so things are always happening in our lives, right? Happening does not mean by chance or whatever, but they're happening for us. But if we can take advantage of these high energy times as well to continue to do our practices even when things are difficult. And again, doing practices, that's an act of self-love. Everything that we are doing as a spiritual practice, energy work, light work, whatever, is an act of self-love for ourselves, and that is assisting our soul to fulfill its agenda for why it is here, right? What it wanted to experience in this lifetime in this physical body. I'm so philosophical these days, it's not even funny. But the self-love piece, if you don't have that self-love as that foundational piece for the ascension, it's going to be harder. It won't be like like a smooth river. It's kind of like you're going up. What's the opposite? Going the opposite way? Going
Upriver.
river? No, downriver. I don't know, upriver or whatever. You know how the salmons flow the opposite way of the current, but they're really strong. But it's hard, right? So if you can bring in more of that self-love piece that Stacey's talking about, it will make your journey a little bit smoother, a little bit easier, and a little bit more gentle, because you know what, there's enough going on outside, right, in the world. And so how we can, the more that we can tap into that self-love, bring in more self-love for us, for ourselves, it automatically radiates out to the collective, to the planet, to humanity as well, right? So it's also an act of service.
Absolutely. It is. We show up with different energy, and then our light touches others, and that's a huge effective change on the world. You know, a lot of times we may feel like, oh, what can I do to help with the world? Be the light, share the light, spread the light. That is more powerful than you know.
Yeah, just by bringing in more self-love for yourself, you are a blessing to the world, and you are blessing the world and the collective and humanity just by that alone, right? And I don't like to talk like this, but it's selfish for us not to bring in self-love, to love ourselves. It's counterintuitive in a way, but the more that we can, um it can be a smoother journey. My the ascension journey is not easy, and but loving yourself, having that self-love practice for yourself, can definitely make it a lot smoother, right? And that's what we require in this day and age. And the more that you can have that self-love as that foundational part of the ascension journey, the more that can open up that ascension pathway for more and more people as well, right? Because even now there's not that many people who are on the ascension journey consciously, right? Most people are not. But the more that we can create that, I'm going to say, foundational highway, self-love as a foundational highway. Right now maybe there's 2 lanes, but the more of us who continue with that, there'll be 4 lanes, 6 lanes, 8 lanes, 12 lanes, right? Make it a super highway, so that more and more people can start to get on that path of ascension.
I love that. I had to write that down. Self-love as a foundational highway. Yeah, and if you think about ascension and moving into 5D and above, the energy is all about love. It is all about love, and we can't give to others what we do not have ourselves. And that's another reason it is so foundational. So yeah, my guides just over and over again were like, self-love is first. Self-love is foundational. Self-love is like the anchor, the grounding cord, so that we can really reach those higher states of consciousness, those higher states of being, be in the love frequency, right? It has to begin within. So, and it
and
feels really good.
and I was gonna say, and it's healing as well. So
Yeah.
the love frequency, the frequency of love is a healing frequency as well. So, that is gonna help to start to break up any densities or things in our field that are less than love. They're going to start to break them up, but at the same time they're going to bring them up to your awareness so you can see them, right, to heal and clear them with more consciously even sometimes. So hopefully this was such a wonderful conversation. I'm like, I love this piece because it's like people don't talk about self-love in this way as a foundational piece of the ascension journey. People talk about self-love as nurture yourself, take care of yourself, all that, which is necessary. But truly loving yourself means loving every aspect of you. It means not judging. Where there's true self-love, there can be no judgment, right?
Yeah.
And I find self-love is it's also an energy of freedom, right? And so, free to, oh, I don't know, this is what my guides are saying. It's an energy of freedom to be, right? And so, if you can focus on that frequency of love for yourself, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes that's hard. I remember back in the day, there was the mirror exercise, right? Where you look in the mirror and you tell yourself, you look yourself in the eye and you say, I love you. That's very hard for a lot of people, right? But the more you can do it, the easier it will become, and the more then you will truly begin to love and accept yourself, and then you can love and accept everybody else as well. Because like Stacey just said, if you well, she said it in a different way, but I'm going to say, if you don't love yourself completely and fully, you can't truly love everybody else either, or anybody else either. You may think you do and you want to, absolutely, but if there's still a piece of you that you don't love, then you can't love somebody else who has that piece as well, right? So, anyways, you can always fill up space. I can always talk about, any of these topics for hours on end. Does anybody? I forgot to mention at the very beginning. If you have a question for Stacey, raise your hand or type your question in the chat. We are going to be doing a healing and activation, right, to anchor in and connect more deeply with the frequency of love. And of course, as I know so many of you are anxiously waiting for, Stacey is going to be doing some mini card readings and activations because we love her mini card readings and activations as well, right? Barbara says part of love is forgiving self and others over and over. Absolutely. Forgiving the self and others and having compassion for self and others.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we think that they're different. I mean, they're different energies, but they're so intertwined. They really feel like one piece. I think love, forgiveness, and compassion are like a threefold flame, right? Great question, Art. Art saying, can you recommend how to learn self-love? How can we learn to love ourselves?
That is a good question. And to me, this is my perspective. It's less about learning to love ourselves and it's more about embodying that energy. So I'm always going to bring it back to the energy. So we would look at what is in the way of self-love. That is going to be different for everybody. There's going to be generalizations, yes, but looking at what is in the way of that self-love, that emotion, that energy, a pattern, it could be more than one thing, and then clearing that, and what automatically arises is self-love, because that is truly who we are. Who we are at our deepest essence is love. You think of babies, they're just lit up and loving, and they have that joy. So that is our natural state. So it's I see here you put body as well. So it's clearing what those judgments, what those perceptions are, as well as, and what naturally arises is self-love, but you can also anchor it in. And we're going to talk more about it, but I have a whole course on self-love that you can move through yourself. It has a lot of very deep healings, activations, journaling, inquiry, and I guide you through it all. It's all channeled, it's all done in the fifth dimensional space and above. So it's easy to, or easier, I should to say, to look at these things that may need to be cleared, but looking at them with love, right? Looking at them with compassion, and understanding that a lot of times it's our inner child as well who is holding on to that hurt. Sometimes it's past life stuff. And so all of that is addressed in the course of looking at the inner child, looking at past life stuff, looking at ancestral stuff. And then clearing as well as anchoring in, what do you want to create? How do you want to feel? There is a future self version of you that holds exactly what you want to feel. And what I love to do in my sessions is help to merge those two. So that future self is not all the way out here in the future. It's much more here in the present moment, anchoring in those energies that you want to embody.
Absolutely. And Art also put in, most think I'm not good enough. So I'm assuming you mean most of us think that we are not good enough. We all have that, sometimes that belief, I'm not good enough to do this, to do that, whatever. And again, that can also stem from childhood for sure, or past lifetimes. And so that is, again, a belief that can be reframed, right, and changed for sure, and upgraded. And that, if you have that belief that I'm not good enough, then of course you're not going to be able to receive as much love as you possibly could because of that belief, right? So it's about looking at that and reframing and saying, maybe I am good enough, you know. I just want to go back to Tina for a second. So Tina also raised her hand. She had a question.
Did you say something about her pulling a card or something? Or not?
Well, that's after. We're not doing that yet, Tina. Right now, it's just
okay.
any questions
Sorry.
about what we're talking about. Yeah,
okay,
no worries.
Sorry.
Susan Sabbath is saying, can you talk about a clearing technique?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to do some of that together. Because, and this is what I do, this is in the course, this is what I do in my sessions. We move into our sacred space. We move into this fifth dimensional and above space where we see everything with love. And a lot of times we'll do a lot of clearing, because it's not only about anchoring in what we want. That works, yes. I've also, at least at this time in my journey, I find that when we clear what we don't want, those energies that we want to anchor in so much more quickly. They'll just anchor in like that, as well as like we uncover our own inner light. We're just like a light bulb, and sometimes we have these dusty bits that as we clear them, we automatically shine. So, a clearing technique, I mean, there's so many. You can invite in the violet flame. You can invite in the golden flame. You can, I work a lot with energy techniques. So that's what I'm really drawn to, is those types of things. But I will be leading everybody through one in our
do you want to do that now?
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's do the, yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so everybody ready? Are we ready? All right, lovely. So we're going to take, oh, I love that. Tina said, let's do it. We're going to take a minute or so just to set up a sacred space. I'm going to walk you through this meditation, and then I'm going to walk you through clearing. We're also going to anchor in what we want to anchor in. And so let's begin by just slowing down our breath. This is how I like to always begin. And what that does, when we slow down our breath, we come more inside. We automatically center ourselves. As well, it makes it easier to place our attention in our heart. Our heart is a beautiful sacred space each of us carries within. It's a beautiful place filled with light that welcomes us home each and every time we connect there. So bringing our attention to our heart chakra. See the beautiful glow of light in your heart. And then see it expand in each direction. We're going to create a golden column of light. Make it nice and wide. And from our heart, we will follow that golden column of light downward, past our chakras, past our Earth Star chakra, down into the earth. All the way down, this golden column of light goes, and we connect into the crystalline heart of Mother Earth. We'll connect into her love frequency, her peace, her compassion, her gentle energy, her softness. We'll bring all of that energy up, all of that and more, up that golden column of light, bringing it into our bodies, spreading it throughout our energy field. So that right there already shifts the energy. And then we're going to follow the golden column of light upwards in the opposite direction, past our crown chakra, past our soul star chakra, into the sky, into the stars, all the way up, connecting in with the light, connecting in with divine wisdom, unconditional love, connecting into the higher realms, connecting into source, the divine, if you like, as well as we're going to connect into the love frequency, and more specifically, the self-love frequency. And we're going to bring all of that beautiful energy down that golden column of light, bringing it into our bodies and spreading it throughout our energy field. From here, we invite in our guardian angels, as well as the higher beings of light, asking for this healing, this session, this activation, this guidance to be for the highest good of you and for the highest good of all, with ease and grace, and so it is. And so I see stepping forward to help us with this is the Council of Love and Light, made up of ascended masters, made up of angels, made up of beautiful star guides, the galactic guides, who specialize in this love frequency. And to begin with, connect into the energy of self-love. How does it feel for you? If there's something in the way of you feeling that self-love more deeply, more like you would like to feel, we're going to clear that right now. So if there's an energy or an emotion that is affecting self-love, that is clearing now. If there's a habit or a pattern that impacts your ability to feel more self-love, that is releasing now. Is there a limiting belief that you hold? An unwanted limiting belief? Just bring it to mind and allow it to release. I'm going to bring through some light language, some light codes to help all of this clearing. Ashu aya ashi, oraya ashi, ishi ai, shuai, koraya ashi, sui ai, kashataki, ishi ai, koraya kati, uai, ashataki ai. And just allow the energy to clear, to cleanse, to be purified, to restore you to your original state of love, your original template of love. Kui ai ashi aya aki, ishi ai kuai ashi aya ki kuai asha, kishi akai, kishi akai, kishi akai. And now just see yourself standing in that beautiful golden light. We connected with it earlier. We're going to connect with it again. And we're going to bring in some beautiful pink. So see yourself being showered with this love light. This love light is shifting and transforming as we release what needs to be released. We also anchor in that which we want to anchor in, that which we want to embody, that which we want to be. And what is that for you? How do you want to feel? How does self-love feel for you? What does that look like for you? We're going to connect with that future version of you who does this so beautifully. That future version of you who does this so effortlessly. It's automatic. It's who they are. It's a state of being. And so as we connect with this future version of you, you begin to merge with it. They merge with you. It's a harmonization. It's a calibration. It's a transformation. And it's a becoming. It's an expansion of our light. It's also an expansion of our consciousness. When we embody self-love, we automatically raise our vibration. We automatically raise our frequency. And we automatically expand our consciousness. So all of that is happening right now. And so as you are merging with this future version of you, something else may have come up that needs to be cleared, and that's okay. Now is the time to clear it. Now is the time to release it. And you can ask, where does this originate from? Why am I holding this? You may be given answers. You may be given an aha moment. And if there's a part of you that isn't being given that answer, know that it may come later. It may be happening behind the scenes for you to realize later. And that's okay. And this council of love and light is having me ask you, how can you be more loving towards yourself? You may be given an action. You may be given a way of perceiving yourself, just perceiving yourself more lovingly. Seeing yourself with more loving and gentle eyes. It may be more about just embodying an energy. Maybe it's about embodying an energy of acceptance. Maybe it's about embodying an energy of compassion, hope, optimism. Maybe it's about embodying more magic and wonder, nurturing our inner child. So maybe you can already feel how things are shifting. Maybe you can feel a softness in your energy field, an expansion. Maybe you can feel more peace. This is all anchoring in and amplifying from within. And if you're not feeling it, that's okay. Just know it's happening behind the scenes. Some people can't feel at this moment. So I always like to bring reassuredness to those that it is still happening. I feel it happening beautifully, this energy field that we're creating. So once again, I'm going to have you envision how self-love looks and feels for you. And see that version of you in golden and pink light. It's just being showered in that light, in that love. And you're merging with that. And I'm going to bring through some light codes. I'm going to bring through a healing and an activating tone here to just anchor it in more deeply. Aya suai. Aya suai. Aya akiai. Kori I ayataki. Sui I ayataki. Ashui akai. Soraya aki. Shuai. Shuaya aki. Suaya aki. Kori aki I. Ashitaki I. Korikaki I. Feel a softening of the energy. Feel an expansion. Feel the love in your heart. From here, we give thanks to the Council of Love and Light. We give thanks to the higher beings of light, to our guardian angels for being with us today, asking for this activation, this healing, this guidance to be for the highest good of you and for the highest good of all, with ease and grace. And just take a moment to connect again to Mother Earth, a source of love we can connect into every moment. And bringing our attention back up to our heart chakra. Connecting into that unconditional love, that light we hold within. And if it feels appropriate, just take a couple of cleansing breaths. And just tune in and see how your energy has shifted. See what feels different. Thank you to all of you for joining in with me for that process. It's so much more fun to do these with others, as well as your energy is a part of what my guides bring through for me. So your presence was a part of that process. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Stacey. That was beautiful and so powerful. I felt so many different energies, and I know we did so much, I feel, in that short process. That I definitely, I find for myself, I'm like filled with more light, filled with more light, filled with more love, much calmer, obviously. Um, it was beautiful. How was it for all of you? You want to let us know in the chat? Awesome. Good. Thank you, Cindy, Tina. I gotta put my glasses back on. Scott, thank you. So, so Stacey, do you want to talk about the special offers first, and then we'll do the card readings? Susan said, thank you. It felt mellow and calming, just like your beautiful background. Yes.
I chose that background especially for today.
Yes, beautiful. I love it. Heard, be okay, not being okay. Be okay, not being okay. You're okay, Tina. You're okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to share my screen quickly. Let me see.
Cindy says, just for those who can't see the chat, maybe on YouTube, Cindy says that thank you, that was beautiful. Tina says thank you, that was beautiful. Scott says thank you. Jan said loved this. Thank you. You're so welcome, my dear Jan. Andrea or Andrea, thank you. I feel deep peace, a little more heaven on earth today. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for your feedback. Oh, and then Susan, thank you. Very relaxing and lovely and loving. Yes, thank you. Okay, Shefali.
Getting there. Yep. So, yeah, hopefully you can see the screen. So Stacey has 3 packages, and the first one is the Love and Celebrate Yourself 5-week journey with self-love. And so it's an on-demand. So it's an on-demand pre-recorded course program.
Yes, yes, this is an on-demand. It was originally offered as a live course, and then I edited it out for an on-demand so that everybody else could benefit from it. And it is so the original course was 5 weeks, and each week focused on a different aspect, and each week contained a very long healing process. So what we did just there, we would expand the healing process around a specific topic, and then we brought in so my guides led us through sometimes, well, a lot of times the inner child showed up. A lot of times we were going into the Akashic records, clearing limiting beliefs. So this healing process today gives you a little taste of what that was. So if you expand that out into a longer process, you can see how big of a shift you can really bring about just in like 1 hour. And you don't need to know the Akashic records. You don't need to know how to do any of this. I guide everybody through it.
Yeah, beautiful. So it's 5 sessions over an hour long, right? And they have deep guided healings and activations. There's a love journal. There's a bonus video for holding the self-love frequency. And there's 3 bonus replays: healing circle replay on self-love, healing circle replay on contentment and inner peace, and healing circle replay on body image. So those are all big pieces for sure. And so this is package A from Stacey. It's $70. And then package B is a private session with Stacey, which I know you all love so much. So for those who may not have had a session with you, Stacey, do you want to just share a little bit about what that looks like?
Sure. Private session is tailored to each person, what they would like to focus on, whether they want to clear something, anchor something in. Usually it's all of the above. And we can focus individually. We can do a Rahani session. We can do an Akashic session. We can do an angel healing session, or we can bring it all together, and we can also anchor in the positive soul aspects, bringing forth those dormant gifts that you've already brought into this life. So I really love to do that as well. So there's so many directions that we can go in a private session. We can bring through light language. If you also want to activate or be mentored in your light language, I can do that as well. If you already speak your light language, you can add that into the session. We can team up on light language, but it's whatever the client wants. We can go in so many different directions, and it's actually always really interesting to me because I never really know where we're going to go, but I know it's going to be good. And so it's always a session of discovery and
Yeah,
expansion.
absolutely. Yeah. So the session is for you, whatever it is that you need and whatever it is that you require, right? So it's going to be different for each person. Awesome. So that package B for the session with Stacey is $88, and then package C is both package A and package B. So the 5-week on-demand course plus the private session with Stacey is $144. There's a payment plan available. There's some wonderful testimonials and feedback from folks who have worked with Stacey in the past. And so again, package A, B, and C. And if you are an Inner Circle member, please use your gift code as well. Okay, so package A is the 5-week on-demand Journey with Self-Love course for $70. Package B is a private session with Stacey for $88. And then package C is both for $144. Okay, so please do take advantage of these offers and your Inner Circle gift code as well. Awesome. Thank you so much, Stacey. And just coming back. So I know people are wanting, because we love your activations, I have to admit. We love your activations and your card readings, and you have a new deck that you're working with today, Stacey. So if you would like to work with Stacey and get a card reading and an activation mini, raise your hand, okay? And Stacey, I'm going to let you choose who you want to, like, who's being called to work with first.
Okay. And first, I'm glad you reminded me to mention the deck, because this is one of my new favorite decks. It's called the Avebury Light Codes. So if you know what Avebury is, it's an ancient stone circle in the UK, and I was just there a few weeks ago. And there's a crystal shop in the center of the stone circle, and the woman who owns that shop made these cards, and they're just absolutely gorgeous, and I really love them. So I thought these would be fun for today. So let me pull up the chat, because I saw somebody just pop in the chat. Okay. Okay, let's start. Sarah, I saw you had your hand up. Was that for a card, or did you have a question?
It's both. May I ask?
Okay.
Just
Sure.
Is that okay? So I found a bag. I'm trying to declutter and clear things out, and I found a bag, and I thought, well, I better go through this one more time. And I found a card in there from my sister, and she had sent me a picture of my class in 3rd grade and some quotes I had said when I was 5 that my mother wrote down. And my daughter said, "You look miserable in this picture." I said, "No, I think it was before they told us to smile in every picture." It's just my face. But I was so touched and helped by one of the quotes my mother wrote down, which was, she said, that I said, a bee, he is so tired he could die. Me, I am so tired I could fly. And it just put this, like the pink cloud that you just did, it put this cloud of pink love around me when I thought, so when I'm 5, I'm already wanting to fly away somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm already feeling that deep, bone deep fatigue. And what it made me think of when you just did the meditation was that we're all doing the best that we can. If at 5 we're already so fatigued and we're trying to be good people, if we can just wrap that love around us, like the color of your background, which reminds me of the hills across the bay where I live, it was just deeply connecting. And if I can keep this, then I think being hard on myself is just a joke. It's like you're doing the best you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and just feeling that. And right now it's the Jewish, between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, it's called the Days of Awe. And we're supposed to go to anyone we have hurt and make amends. And then comes Yom Kippur, which literally means Day of Atonement, Day of Judgment. But if you hyphenate it, it's day of at one-ment. And so right now we try to leave our earthly things behind, fly up to the heavens, be with God, be enveloped with that. And so I felt that, and I wanted to bless everyone else that we could just know that we're doing the best that we can, like the 5-year-old versions of ourselves. And if we could just let judgment and anger and everything else go and just walk forth in the world, shining that love out.
Yeah. And another good thing to do, absolutely. I love everything you said. You can also go back to that 5-year-old and heal those feelings that she's feeling, any unwanted emotions, because I know you already know this, but those, we carry those. What does not get cleared, we carry, and they can play out in our life. And so also going back and absolutely showing her so much love and compassion, and clearing those feelings that she was feeling in that moment as well. So thank you for sharing that, Sarah. Or is it Sarah? Is it Sarah
It's
or
Sarah.
Sarah?
It is
I
Sarah.
love that.
It's
Okay.
it's the Hebrew pronunciation of a Hebrew name.
I love it. Beautiful. Okay, so let's pull a card for you. Highest and best for Sarah. Oh, I love this because the color matches my background. And I'll show you the card in a moment. It's the Galactic Dragon. You are surrounded with love wherever your journey takes you. So this is exactly what you were just talking about, what we were just talking about. And so knowing, yes, we are all doing the best we can. And so it's embodying that love, embodying that gentleness, bringing it with us. So everybody, if you want this activation that I'm bringing through for Sarah, you can just say internally, yes, receive, I receive. And so amplifying this energy of love that you so beautifully carry, that you so beautifully share with others. And I'm feeling a lot of love come through, a lot of gratitude actually come through for you in this card as well, and for the love that you share with others and with yourself. So beautiful. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay, Tina.
Hello.
Hi. Highest and best for Tina. Galactic record keeper. You are a transient being of light held by the stars. Go beyond your humanity. So this card is reminding me, it's bringing to me knowing your power, knowing your inner light, embodying that. Embodying your inner light, knowing who you truly are, which is filled with light, a being, a multidimensional being filled with light, filled with beauty, empowerment, magic, miracles. So this card, I love it because it's a beautiful power card. Does that resonate for you, Tina?
200%. All this is like,
Beautiful.
it's in the last 2 weeks, this is like all I've been coming up in my awareness, like your power and just grid work and working with the stones and just crystal, just so much stuff. Yes.
I love it. So bringing through an empowerment activation, a light activation for whoever wants to receive. And what this is doing, it's empowering and activating the light we already hold within. Just reconnecting with it, sparking it, and lighting it up. So thank you, Tina. We'll go to Pat. Hello, dear Pat. Wow. Okay, so you got the violet flame. Feel
That's
the
what I connect to. I
Oh,
connect to that.
beautiful. And this
I
card is
close my eyes
gorgeous.
and I see the violet light. Yeah.
So much confirmation for both you and Tina. Feel the violet flame flood through your body, transmuting everything into pure love.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So I love this. So this card, for everybody who wants to, for Pat and everybody who wants to receive, bringing through the violet flame, because what I love about the violet flame, what it does, yes, it clears, but just like this card says, it transmutes everything into pure love. It brings us to our own essence, that own inner light that I talk about. It cleanses and it clears, so our own inner light just automatically shines. That's who we are. So what a beautiful card. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you so much.
Cindy, namaste, my dear. Cindy.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. So you got the air element. Breathe and take a moment to pause. Witness everything. And so see the beautiful cloud there. It looks like it's just dancing in the sky. And so the air element, for me, I always think of the air element as inspiration. It's breath, it's feeling joy, feeling inspired. And so this is what's coming through for Cindy and anyone else who would like to receive inspiration, joy, excitement. And maybe this is something you're already really connected to, and we can just anchor it in even more. So hopefully that resonates for you, Cindy.
Oh, I love that. That is so beautiful. And thanks for sharing your beautiful gift and your cards. They're all so beautiful. I feel like I'm on a new life journey, and that totally resonates with everything
Oh,
I'm going through now.
that really does. And this is the feeling of you on your new life journey. They just told me, just open up to love and light carrying you forward, they just said.
Oh,
So I
beautiful.
love
Thank you
that.
so much.
You're welcome. Ina or Ina?
Ina.
Ina, highest and best for Ina. The moon. Manifest your dreams using the cycles of the moon. So the moon brings through, it's a very feminine energy, right? It's that softness, that gentleness, that flow. So this is what's being transmitted for all of us who would like to receive. There is an energy with the moon of allowing it to take you on this journey, right? It changes, it transforms. There's nothing we need to do. The moon takes care of it. And she is so filled with wisdom, softness, allowance. So that's the energy that's coming through with this card. Really beautiful energy. Does that resonate for you?
Yes, tremendously. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And the reason I'm going in order, I'll let everybody know. I used to go out of order and then I would get lost, and I'm going in order forever. Everybody's going to get a card who wants a card. Asha, highest and best for you. DNA upgrades. I know I would like this activation. You are a superhuman being. Invite in your upgrades. They contain more than you know. So bringing through some DNA upgrades for everybody. And it's beautiful because we already expanded our light in that healing process, and upgrades anchor in more easily when we've expanded our light. So bringing this through, and with DNA upgrades, they're saying it's a give and take, because as we upgrade our DNA, we're able to hold more light. So it's a beautiful giving and receiving here. Does that resonate for you, Asha?
Absolutely. It does, Stacey.
Beautiful.
I also, I know that you kind of like roll that out for everyone else who wanted to receive that as well. But is there anything else I can do or just be cognizant of what that is and continue to have, that upgrade?
Yeah, they're bringing me to cleansing and purification of the energy field. Just like I was talking about how when we do that work, it's easier to anchor in those upgrades. And so they were just saying more of the same. So however that resonates for you, however you like to keep your energy clear. We all like to do it in different ways. I like to go for morning walks and I bring through my own healing. Some people like to do breath work. Some people like to do yoga. Some people like to sing. A lot of times it's like following your joy, or following your gifts. There's a reason you're gifted in that area, or that area brings you joy. And they're saying the more you do those things, the easier it is to anchor in those upgrades and to keep them, fortified is actually what they were saying. So I can give you some hints, as well as they're saying you're actually going to hold the key within yourself. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And thank you for saying that, because it's sort of reminding me of all the things that you're saying, like what resonates with me, what areas are naturally more geared to, right? To have that sense of, I guess, inner peace, joy, happiness, right? That feels good.
Yeah. Absolutely. And because there's a million ways that we could do that. And you can listen to somebody on the internet or on Instagram say, do this in order to blah, blah, blah. But if it doesn't resonate with you, don't do that. Find a different way to do it that really resonates, that brings you joy. Our joy is our key, really is the key. So thank you, Asha. Dear
Thank you
Liza,
so much.
hello. Okay. Ooh, this one's gorgeous. The seer, psychic gifts. Believe in yourself. You know what you see, feel, and hear. It is time to trust it. And so, Liza, you are a beautiful channel. You have beautiful wisdom within. So I'm bringing this through for whoever would like to receive this. And what this is also doing is strengthening that connection, clearing any doubt you may have, we may have, of our own abilities, because that can cause some dusty bits. So we're clearing any doubts and strengthening that connection to our own light, strengthening that connection to the higher realms, to whatever you would like to strengthen your connection to, whether it's source, whether it's the higher realms, whether it's your own soul star chakra or stellar gateway, you choose. Whether it's all of the above, whether it's your own heart, your own inner guidance, all of that is being strengthened. So that one's for you. Does that resonate for you? Yes, she's saying yes. Beautiful. Okay, Carrie. Highest and best for Carrie. Spiritual acceleration. Your spiritual journey is fast tracking. Hold on and enjoy the ride. So this card is all about what we've been doing for the last hour, right? Connecting in, doing these processes, connecting with this beautiful energy that does accelerate us. And so, Carrie, this is confirmation that what you're doing is working, is bringing you to that place that you want to go. And so we'll bring this through for everybody, the spiritual acceleration activation. Oh, also bringing through ease and grace. I always like to bring through ease and grace as well. So hopefully that resonates for you, Carrie.
It totally resonates. It's
Lovely.
continue to do, setting up my future with ease and grace.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Carrie. Dear Sprite, highest and best for you. Atlantean dolphin codes. Dolphins are calling you to the oceans and seas. Hear their call. And so dolphin energy is an energy of joy. It's an energy of lightheartedness. It's an energy of grace. So this is an energy you are connected to as well. We can amplify it and activate it even more. So that is what we're doing now. And what they're emphasizing with this activation is feeling light. Feeling light. If you think about dolphins, they're showing me dolphins jumping through the water just like this card. Feeling light physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And so bringing through that lightness as well, that lightness of being. And they're saying when we feel that lightness of being, we connect to more joy as well. So beautiful codes that you're carrying, Sprite. I hope that resonates for you.
Yes, it really does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Art.
Thank you so much,
Hello, my
Stacey.
friend. Highest and best for you. The vision. The path is lit up. Follow what you see. This is the right time to say yes. What a gorgeous card. So this is what I'm getting with this card is you are being led. You have a vision. Maybe you've been given breadcrumbs of where you should go. Maybe you have a future version of yourself that you're moving towards. And this is giving you confirmation for that you are on the right path, that your path is being supported, it's being lit up. So bringing this through for everyone who wants to feel lit up on their path, who wants to feel lit up with the vision that they hold of where they're going, the life they want to embody, the energy they want to embody, bringing that through for everybody.
Lots of love, Stacey. Thank you.
You have such beautiful energy. Thank you, Art. Okay, Susan. Highest and best for you. Llamas. Your plans are coming to fruition. Time to harvest your abundance. So notice all the flowers in this card. This is a time of harvest for you. This is a time where things you've been working on, maybe you're starting to see the fruit come forth. Maybe you've needed confirmation that fruit is coming. Yes, it is. So let's bring through this energy of harvesting those seeds that we've planted, those desires, those things we've wanted to manifest, having them bloom again with ease and grace, with joy, with wonder, with excitement, with magic, with inspiration. A lot of times it's as we enjoy the fruits that we begin to feel even more inspired, right? And so it's a continuation of that. So bringing that through for you, Susan, as well as anybody else who wants to receive that energy. They're also showing me they're bringing through an energy of a catalyst. I love that, to help seeds burst into blossom. So hopefully that resonates for you, Susan.
Oh, yeah. Lovely. Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Andrea or Andrea? Okay, beautiful. Highest and
Andrea
best.
is fine.
Andrea, highest and best for you. This one is the divine masculine. You are strong, wise, and steady. Logic will overcome any challenge. So I love the divine masculine. If you were here for my last talk, it was all about harmonizing the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and the divine inner child within. And so the divine masculine is really important for us to bring forth our manifestations, to bring forth that structure, that strength, that steadiness. And so this is an energy that you are holding really beautifully right now. Or if you want to anchor it in even more, you can ask for that as well. And so I'll bring this through for you, as well as anybody else who wants to receive. They're giving it to me like what's that word? Firming up the foundation of our divine masculine, firming up the energy of being that presence, being that empowerment is coming through again as well, feeling empowered to move forward with our manifestations, to move forward with what we want to create. We all hold that within, and Andrea, you hold that within beautifully. So hopefully that resonates for you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Roberta. Okay. The sun. You are growing. So see this beautiful card. So this energy of the sun, it nourishes, it radiates, it helps to light us up. So this energy is coming through for you, Roberta, as well. You hold this energy so beautifully within. And so we're going to bring through a sun activation. We've been working with the light, yes, this whole time, but it's so beautiful to really connect to that sunshine, connect to the light from the sun, which is so warming. It's nourishing. They're telling me, I never thought of the sun as nourishing, but it is, right? We all love sunshine. It lights us up. So we're bringing through the nourishment from the sun as well. The inspiration from the sun, that's coming through really strongly. So helping us all to feel even more inspired. Being inspired, feeling inspired is one of my favorite energies to connect with. So that's coming through as well. So hopefully that that resonates for you, dear Roberta.
I'm laughing because I walk through a house full of windows, and as soon as I see the sun is in the yard, I am outside, clothes off.
There you go.
With my books or whatever I need to be doing. And it has always felt like food to me.
Yes.
Yeah, soul food.
Yes, I love that. So you're confirming.
Absolutely. Yep. Nourishment. Yeah, really precious.
Okay, and I see just one more, Jana. Oh, do you want to say something, Shefali?
I just want to say something to what Roberta was saying. And if you can get the sunshine light on your spine, it's even better. Okay. So try and see if you can get it on your spine, especially.
Beautiful.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
The sun
Yeah, I'm
is
the same.
nourishment.
For me, I've always felt like the sun, if I can sit in the sun for a few minutes, all my aches and pains go away. For me, it's rejuvenating and nourishing, and I mean, we cannot live without the sun. Plants, trees, flowers, nothing can grow without the sun, right? So for me, it's always, people have said it's not good for you, blah blah blah, but no, the sun is something that we need to survive. So yeah, Jana and Susan Sabbath were also requested.
Okay, and Barbara, did I get Susan or was that a different Susan?
That was a different Susan.
Okay. So Jana, Susan, and Barbara.
And Barbara, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't raise their hands.
All right, my friends, Jana. I hope
and myself, of course.
Okay, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, dear Jana. Highest and best for you. Crystal beings, share deep gifts with you now. Connect with them, feel their spirit and their message. Their alchemy expands your wisdom. These cards are just gorgeous. So you have a strong connection to crystals, crystalline energy, crystalline frequency. And this is also something that we can embody more. It is a frequency that we can connect with to help clear, to help purify, to help raise our vibration, raise our frequency, raise our consciousness, expand our consciousness. So this energy is coming through for you, Jana. You already hold it within, but we're going to be bringing it through for you, as well as for anybody else who wants to connect to crystalline frequency. I love this energy. So really beautiful. It's really uplifting. It's really clarifying so that we can really embody stillness, really embody peace, and really connect to our own inner wisdom. So hopefully that resonates for you. Okay, we'll go to Barbara, highest and best. Hopping on that crystalline frequency, we have expanded consciousness. Take space to open your heart and mind. Your expansion is happening. So Barbara, you are going through an expansion of your consciousness. Love this energy. And I'll bring this activation through for everybody as well, because when we expand our consciousness, once again, we raise our vibration, raise our frequency. We're more easily able to connect to the higher wisdom, the higher perspective, see things from love. And there was something else I was going to say about the expanded consciousness, as well as it helps us to be centered. That's what I was going to say, to be centered and balanced. So bringing through centering and balance as well with this. We haven't really brought that through yet today, so this is great. Because the expanded consciousness feels more at home from a place of balance. All right, and then the other Susan. Summer solstice. You are pure gold. Your light shines brightly wherever you go, leading to the highest outcome. Don't limit yourself. So I don't know if you've noticed, but these last three cards, or maybe even four, because we had the sun, have all been about an expansion of light. So that is a theme for like as we come to close with this meetup, there's just so much light that's anchoring in. And so You are the light. You are pure gold. And so also bringing more light in, or if you want to feel more that you are the light, we can anchor that in as well. And just feeling that being lit up by the sun, being lit up by the light, each of us is here to carry that light in a different way. Each of us is here to carry that light in our own way. So Susan, you're carrying yours so beautifully. Everybody else, connect into how you carry your own light in your own unique way. And that is who you're here to be in a nutshell. Okay, let me just see. Can I tell you how to connect with the shop? I think if you Google Avebury light codes, prophecy cards, there's a way to buy them online. I did look up how to do that. So, so beautiful. I'm just reading all these beautiful comments that people are saying. Okay. How do we purchase the card deck? There you go. I just did not get to see the card picture. Can I show it again? I think this is the one, Barbara. Sorry. Summer solstice. Lara needs a card pulled. Thank you, Tina. Oh my goodness. Lara, of course.
Barbara, if that was not, I was going to say, Barbara, if that was not your card, just go back and watch the recording, because I don't remember which one was for who, because it was shuffled, right?
Expanded consciousness. I can't remember which one I did first. Maybe it was.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. Okay. I don't remember either.
She was one of the last ones, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For Alara, for Shefali, highest and best. Okay. Winter solstice. You are being gifted time to reflect and rebuild yourself. Take it. I love the winter solstice. So this is a card of rest and rejuvenation. And I know you've been doing that for yourself, Shefali. And so this is a card of confirmation that what you are doing, the time you are taking for yourself is important. It's needed. It's honored, they're saying. So, and they're bringing this through for everybody. If you need to take rest, if you need to rejuvenate, allow yourself that. So we're bringing in the energy of allowance, of self-care. And they're saying that is a loving thing to do for us. So they're amplifying this allowance because in our culture, sometimes we may feel pressure to not allow that for us. And they're saying, they're clearing that and bringing through this allowance. And they're bringing through also, it's a beautiful energy of self-love and knowing that this is important for me. This is my life. And this is what I want to do or need to do in this moment. So they're bringing through that sacred, beautiful, it's 444. So bringing through that sacred honoring of ourself, of our physical body, our temple. And they're saying not only the physical body, but our emotional, our spiritual body, our energetic field as a whole. So bringing that through for anybody who wants to connect with that beautiful energy of allowance, of rejuvenation, rest, and they're emphasizing the rejuvenation. So let's bring through rejuvenation energy right now for everybody. Feeling lit up. So they're bringing through a beautiful light activation for that. So lovely.
Beautiful.
Thank you
totally
so much.
Resonates, totally makes sense. Yeah, thank you. And I received from all of the activations and all of the cards because there's we can all use a little bit more light, a little bit more expansion, a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that. It's so powerful, so beautiful. And this deck is absolutely gorgeous as well. I think Bless has put the link in the chat for those of you who want to find out how to purchase it. Right, so take a look at that. No, this was such a wonderful call. There was one question in here that somebody asked was about, could you talk a little bit about the golden flame? Sorry, my throat is going, but you know what I mean.
I didn't hear your phone, but yeah, actually I saw that question. Thank you for reminding me. So the golden flame, I mean, honestly, you can work with all sorts of different colors of flames to bring through change. Yes, the violet flame is what we know and what we use all the time, and I absolutely love the violet flame. And then the golden flame, I always think of that as like helping us to merge with, align with our golden timeline. The violet flame will do that as well, absolutely, but there's just something about the golden color, so really aligning with our golden timeline. So that's what I see it as. So hopefully that's helpful.
And like when I think about the golden flame too, it's a healing. It's also transmuting, but I find it is transmuting at a finer, in a finer. It has a finer frequency than the violet flame, is what I perceive it as. Use both. Why not use both? No, this was wonderful. Thank you so much, Stacey, for the activations, the readings, the process, the wisdom. And the golden timeline is basically your most aligned, most desirous timeline.
Yeah.
For you, it's going to be different for each person.
Yeah, it will be different for each person. If you think of the golden age, like when people talk about the golden age of something, the golden age of Atlantis, right? So it's just applying that to our own timeline, to be in our own golden age of of life. So
yeah, which is basically higher vibration, higher frequency, more light, more love, right, etc. So whatever that feels like for you. Yeah, any last words of wisdom coming through, Stacey? This was so much. I mean, you always give so much.
Just thank you, Shefali. I always have to thank you for holding such beautiful space, and thank you to your community who always shows up with so much love and light. And thank you for your presence. It's your presence that helps. Everybody's presence helps the container, right? It's not just me or Shefali. So I'm just sending love and light to everybody, and hoping that everybody walks away from this with like more love and compassion towards themselves and towards others, and just feeling more lit up.
Absolutely. There's no question about that. Definitely. So thank you. And of course, I will have the recordings out in a little while. So please do go back and watch and listen, receive the activations again. If you want, go through the process again, because it was so powerful and beautiful. And of course, take a look at the offers that Stacey has for you. And again, it's the 5-week program, the personal session, or both. See whichever one resonates with you and take advantage of that as well. This is a very transformational time. I think I said at the beginning, so take advantage of these. I mean, I'm not a salesperson or anything. I'm not pushing anything, but take advantage of these resources, the support that is available for you right now, right? Because sometimes we need a little bit extra, right? So Stacey's offers are available, and obviously I've worked with Stacey. You've seen how she works. You saw the guided healing and activation process, how wonderful that was, and the mini readings, and so much more comes through, obviously in a personal session, but also in that 5-week course. So much transformation is possible for you. So take a look at it, see which one resonates, and do what resonates with you. So again, thank you so much. This is Thursday, so we'll be back next week. So until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings.
Thanks,
Bye for
Stacey.
now.
Thanks, Shefali. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.